Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Blue, and today gonna be a trade recap of the trades that I took for September the 1st, 2021. Now, I'm gonna also do a recap on my trading metrics from August to let you all see a few of my stats. I'm not gonna go over everything, but a couple of the things on Tradervue. But anyways, I only traded the SPX today, which I kind of took a bad entry on an area where I probably shouldn't have been getting in off of the way that I actually supposed to be trading it. I kind of got a little FOMO and impatient and entered a trade without waiting for a pullback. So when the market opened and it bounced up and we had this right here, I was actually waiting for like this red candle and for it to break out of this second candle before I could trade an entry to get in if it broke against the top. But as you see, it sold off, and as it was coming back up, instead of me waiting for another red candle, which I should have been waiting for this one, I ended up getting in on this candle, being impatient. And technically, I would have got in right here, and it actually would have went against me anyways. But I didn't take it the way I normally would have taken it. But if you look over here, I got in at 205, and as it dumped out in this candle, and it actually closed down here, and this, which is this candle right here, and it pushed below it, I just went on ahead and took the position off. So that was the first trade I ended up taking. So for the second trade, I ended up flipping short and trying to get a reverse or get a position for it to go down. Now on that one, I ended up taking it as it was up in here, and it was bound coming back down this candle right here. As it broke below it, I was anticipating it to come back down because we had this long wick right here, and it kind of was rejecting from up here. So I was looking for it to roll back over, and I took the 45-10 puts because it could possibly, for real, move down 10 or 20 points for the SPX. But I wasn't even looking to capture that amount. But anyway, because for today is expiration. Expiration for Wednesday. So the gains and losses speed up as it go more and more towards the actual price or away from it for the strike price. So it did all this little chopping sideways, and it couldn't. This the opening price right here, this yellow line. And it hovered around it so long that it just ate up the premiums. And I actually didn't get out until up in, I believe it was this candle right here, because it actually had broke over the top of this resistance, and this closed up above it, but it came right back down. So that's the only reason why I didn't take it off on that one. But when it got up in here, it was like, okay, it's closing up here, and even though it did pull back on the next one, it still ended up going up. So the better position would have been down here, but that's all hindsight because I wouldn't have even known that it was going to continue up. So on both of those trades, I ended up losing $200 on the day. So those were the trades that I took for the day. So it kind of this ain't really a good start for the month, but hopefully we can make it up. These are some of my trading metrics. I actually use Excel and track my own trades. I use Humble Traders, her trading journal, to track my trades. She had a link on her page, so I went on ahead and used that instead of doing my own. And I actually write down some stuff over here on each trade that I take, or for most of the trades that I take. And it's saying I'm up 346 on my P&L. And I do have a Tradervue I actually copy my stuff to also. And I have pulled it up, and the amount that this is saying that I gained, but this is counting my commissions or my fees, because I do have fees as far as trading like options and stuff like that, so I do get charged somewhat on those. But it's saying I was up for 334 for the month, which with that loss yesterday or today actually, or the $200 actually put me down to 134 for the account, since I opened it as doing the small account challenge, because I just started that at, what was it, the 9th, I believe it was. So that's just showing for that. But when I look at my stats and everything, and it's saying that I took a total of 34 trades, my winning percent is only 41%, which is boo-boo doo-doo. So I need to work on that, on some better entries. But I know a lot of them came with the penny stocks or the low float stocks and low price stocks that I've been trading badly. No follow through really in the month of August. So September seemed to be picking up as far as down, and probably the last week or so of August, the volume picked up some, which I didn't really take many trades that last week. But anyways, I'm still down as far as, or my win percentage is low. So the max, or that my average winning trade is usually $69, and my average losing trade is $31, which is actually good. But because my winning percent is so low, it still makes me real, like my profits are so low. It's showing that I am cutting losses faster when it came to penny stocks. Now, when it comes to my SPX options, it's probably like a 1-on-1, because I had a few trades where I should have stayed in longer and I didn't maximize them because I took them off earlier. Because sometimes I get a little nervous on my little profits that I see and just go ahead and take them off, instead of like moving up my stop and then letting them go. But as you can see, I had the max consecutive wins was 5, max consecutive losses was 5. My average holding for a winning trade is an hour, which my average for losing trades is 26 minutes, which, yes, I like to hold my trades and try to give them time to work. That's what I'm working on. And also working on trading mainly like as a continuation patterns, as far as like if it's making higher lows, I want to go long. If it's making lower highs, I want to go short or buy puts. So Tuesday seems to be my worst day. Monday seems to be my best day. I only trade within the first few hours anyways. So that's why it looks like that. August up on the month. My intraday up 334. It's not a lot in here because I don't trade like a ton, like some traders that constantly getting in and out scalping. I don't really scalp for the most part. My trades are more longer holds, try to give them time to work. Like I said, here's my calendar. As I said at the beginning of the month, it was mostly the lower price tickers, and then on the 24th, I actually started trading the SPX, and I took a couple trades, and then took trades the rest of the month on the SPX. This is my biggest losing day in it, and that was the last day, which is crazy how you can go a month and end up up, and then on the last day of the month, you can just about give it all back on a bad trade, even though I didn't consider my trade bad for the SPX. It just wasn't probably the best. It's in the video. I already recorded it, put it out. You can see that one in the last video. My wins versus losses. My total gains on winning days was 919. My losing days was 584. 47% winning, 52% losing. On my winning days, my average gain is 65. And on my losing days, where's it at? My average gain loss is negative 29. On my losing days, I lose a lot on my losing days. Cause what it's saying 20%. And on my winning days, I tend to make a lot, but that's only because for the most part, once I get a good win, I usually stop. And if I do, it's usually taking small trades or something like that. That's all it was for last month, at least. This month, we're going to see how it is in September. But anyways, I got all these different stats. I look over them. For the most part, my win-loss percentage, I look at like the days that I perform the best on. I know for the most part, I'm only gonna trade in the morning. I don't like afternoon trading as much. I could look at some power hour trades and probably catch something in the day, especially with like SPX and SPY, because they tend to either dump out at the end of the day or they want to make a big move. Who knows the reason why, but they tend to do that on those days, or at the end of days. Let me see if I can find, where is it at? This is what I was looking for right here. So here's my daily gross, and you can look and see that it tells what I made each day and lost each day and my curve. And as you see, for most of the month, I was I was below. And then once I started trading SPX, kind of dug myself out of a hole, got up $600 and ended up down at 334. But that's why I think I'm better off looking at SPX, because you get more follow through and it tends to work in the trend, which I can trend trade, and that's what I'm more of looking for, to join a trend and try to hold it for half of the day or something like that. But with the penny stocks or the low flow stocks, they quicker. Yeah, but I know the market's been slower, so that's a big reason why I hadn't been able to get good trades off. But I'm just gonna say we just gonna try to do better next month. Try to get this win percentage up a little bit more. Maybe cut losses a little bit earlier as far as these option contracts. I've already started a plan as far as tomorrow on the way I want to do my entries and exits when it comes to the size of my contracts and what days I want to take the max loss contracts. Like on Thursday, taking my max loss contracts because the time decay doesn't kick in as fast. And on Friday, I could take like cheaper contracts and have them a little closer to the money and everything like that. So that's my plans for it. So those my stats for this month, since I'm just starting my small account. So I do have for the beginning of the year, which it wasn't that great, but that was with me trading some options contracts, a lot of Tesla. I ended up actually break even for most of the stuff, but I might have actually ended up a little bit. But Tesla moved so wild. It was like 1 week I'm up 1,000, the next week I'm down 1,000. So I was at a break even point just with trading like Tesla and Neo. I need to start looking at Twitter, Nvidia, AMD, and start taking some trades on those, especially on days when they do gaps and they want to continue. Because when I was looking at Apple actually today, it was looking like it wanted to go up because the market was pulling back, and it started was still trying to continue up. So that was relative strength to me, and it was trying to go up, but I don't even know how it ended. I'm getting ready to see, but because it could have ended up going for, yeah, it didn't keep going. But while it was up here, the market was already dumping out or pulling back. So that shows some relative strength that it wanted to continue up. And I didn't take nothing on it, but it had other days where it ran and stuff like that. So anyways, it's a process, and I'm working on it slowly but surely. So to any of y'all traders that's doing the same thing, working on a process, trying to get it together, trying to figure out what's going to be good for your personality, work it out for yourself. Because yeah, it's good to watch other people's videos, because I watch a ton of videos. I done a ton of homework, bought courses, but for me, I'd have to trade a specific way. I can't do a copy and paste, try to be like somebody else. So over this year, I've been working on a lot of just figuring out my own way of that I want to trade, instead of fighting against the pattern. Why don't I just join it? Like once it started coming down, and like Apple right here showed that once this area broke, I could have looked for an entry on a pullback for the continuation to continue down. Well, in the morning, that's what I'm looking for the most part, to get in on a continuation on it going either up or down for the pattern, instead of looking for the reversals, because that's what I normally was doing, and I was struggling with that. And I said, forget that, just go ahead and just start joining some patterns, join the trend, look for some flags to join in, flag breaks for the most part. So that's what I started working on. That's why I started this challenge, is more of can join the trend instead of trying to find the bottom and catch reversals. So anyways, that's the video for today. I hope y'all like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if how y'all did for the month of August, and if y'all have any plans going forward as far as being unprofitable like myself and trying to become better at trading. We'll catch y'all in that next video. Later.